Hey traders, this is SageFT from the live trading desk. It's time for another review and rev up. It's Sunday night. I hope you're ready. First thing I need you to do is smash that like button, subscribe, turn notification bells on. Depending on where you're watching this, hit the follow, share it. Let's get the word out that there are people that actually do know how to read tape, order flow, and price action. All right, let's dive right into this. All right, last week we were starting off with a break on the 4-hour chart of the low to low trend line off of congestion at the all-time highs. Now, let's go back to the daily chart. Let's take a look at this. And what I want to show you is how the NQ is actually telling the story. And then the other thing that I'm going to show you is, okay, the futures market did not make an all-time high while the SPX did. I want to point that out. So it's going to set the stage for what happened last week. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. If we start scrolling to the right, we can see that we go into position one from failing to break into a new all-time high with the SPX. So therefore, what we were looking for was a move lower. Now, what we were looking for was confirmation that there was going to be a buyer stepping back in. We never received that. We have nothing but gaps and inefficiencies that were starting to be created as we went through the week. Now, if you just followed the 15-minute chart, it told you which way we were going. And it all started, to point this out, it all started Friday right here. This was everything. We break through the gap and we never come back starting on Sunday night, Monday, right? We fail right through this. And so then if you look, every time we go above the 200, every time we go, all right, and looking at the 15-minute, because starting Friday, we are under the down-sloping 200 simple. What we're looking for is every time it turns back to position one fractal, which is the 8 and the 20, you want to make sure that you're shorting only. All right, as it goes back into the no man's land, you wait, and you can probably find it on a smaller time frame, maybe and catch a counter trend long, and then we just wait for it to go short again, because we're the down-sloping 200 is in control again. Okay, now it's going to take some time. It's going to build. It's going to come back in. Okay, it's going to find some buy-side liquidity here above the 16s, and then they hammer it again and again. And then now, Friday. Okay, so now Thursday, what we had was, let me bring up the news. Okay, we had a GDP and unemployment claims. Okay, and then on Friday, we had core PCE. All right, so now, you can tell that it was getting exhausted because we left the station up here in the order block on the daily chart and the 4-hour chart. So now what was I looking at? How did I know? How did the discord.gg/SageFT, what I said Thursday night was, okay, looking for a possible bounce. Okay, so now why was I looking for that? Let me show you. It's not on the ES. Even though we trade the ES, what I was looking at was because the tech giants are in control of this market moving up and down. What I was watching was confluence between high to high trend channel plot. Boom. Perfect. All right. So now that leads us to what now? Well, let's start with next week's news. Okay. So now we have some ISM manufacturing on Monday. Okay. We have ADP in the morning. All right. Now Friday this is another Friday. What we have is non-farm payroll. And so we have a hurry up and wait week all morning long. We have ISM services PMI, ISM manufacturing PMI. These are final, right? They're not the composite flashes. They're the actual finals. Those are the numbers we're looking for. Okay. Then it's a hurry up and wait. Friday, what we're looking for is non-farm payroll, unemployment rate, and the average hourly earnings month over month. And then 9:30 a.m. right after that. So this would be 8:30 a.m. This would be 12:30 p.m. You have Fed Powell Friday. All right, that's good to know. All right, so that's gonna line out. Well, okay. So the question is, do we find another buyer that pushes us up? Do we find some sort of support around here on the NQ? Let's take a look at the ES. All right, now going into the 4-hour chart, it's a little bit easier to see. But I do want to point out we are at this order block, which is the previous swing low or lowest closing bar, however you want to look at it. But what I want to point out is take a look at how it meets the median threshold right here and holds directly on the daily 200 simple period moving average. Look at this. Shkaboink. Okay, you've got a fair value gap here. Look at this. Shkaboink. All right, so now, do they smash through this next week or not? Let's go to the 4-hour chart, take a look. And so now they've got some legs on it. All right, so now you can, let me make sure that you guys can see this. Okay, so now, do we get removal, right? Because clearly there was a draw on liquidity. All right, so if there were a draw on liquidity, we would draw our box, okay, and then we're going to go 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio from the open of this bar to the closing low of the sequence. So then if we were to start get going, we'd go about 6067. Write that down. 6067, spot 50. I am not saying that's actually where we're going to go, but if we start to get removal, okay, it would be above 5963. So this would be 100 points. Do we go 100 points or not? Do we find buy side liquidity above 6020? We're going to find out. Do we find if we move back down and go into a lower low, are they going to draw on liquidity and push it up or not? That's what we're going to be watching. We're going to keep it very simple. Let's explain how this works. Okay, we trade in probability and protection. We don't know if the next trade is going to win or lose. The answer to the question of does your next trade win or lose is yes. The answer is actually yes. So next week, let's lock in on our A++ setups. Let's understand that we're going to either win the trade or lose the trade. It doesn't matter. We have no feelings on the matter either way that it goes. And what we're going to do is we're going to be very patient. We're going to wait for those news items to come out. We're going to let the process fall into place, and we're going to execute. We're going to execute hard. I'll see everybody 8 a.m. live, the live trading desk. Hey, we're on YouTube, kick.com, x.com. And you can find us in the Facebook group. If you just search groups, $ES_F, you're going to see us there. We'll see you Monday, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Let's go.